Welcome to my fish room.
Okay, so we got them all cleaned up, alcoholed, okay? So now we're going to glue them in place. Oh, silicone them in place. It's not glue, it's silicone. So we'll put a big gob. And you can do a bit at a time, you don't have to do it all. Pieces up at the edge you're not gluing in place. You set it on top of the silicone and you wiggle it so that they get silicone between the glass and all underneath it as well. So you wiggle it just a little bit. Apparently people like my singing. I'm really bad at it, but some of them seem to like it. I even did a singing shout out on a video last week. One of my customers asked for it.
That's awesome.
Well, if they're willing to watch, I'm willing to give them a shout out. One day I was talking to two young guys from Galveston, Texas. They were starting a servicing company and they wanted to ask questions. So we actually put them in a video.
And they sang?
No, they didn't sing. They'll probably watch this video and maybe they'll call me up and say, "Hey girl, we want to sing in the video now."
Aquarium service by day, singer by night.
Well, you know who one of my customers is?
Huh?
Frank D'Angelo. You ever listen to his show, Being Frank?
No, I haven't.
He's got a show on TV, I think it's channel 11 at midnight or 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. And he owns the Forget About It Supper Club.
Okay.
And he'll sing, he has guests. It's quite the character. But I watched 10 minutes of his show and they didn't show the fish tank, so I lost interest.
How could they not show the fish tank?
Exactly. Did you watch The Life and Times of Eddie Greenspan?
No.
It was the most watched episode of Life and Times ever. And the fish tank was on at 20 after and about 10 to.
Oh.
We cleaned it just before the shoot, so it looked real pretty. He's in one of our videos. He has a custom fish tank that somebody else sold him. And it sprung a leak and we had to do this to it. Well, his fish tank's 4 feet tall, so I'm inside the tank. And he walks into the office and so Aaron turns the camera on him and Eddie's there like, "What's underneath you?" And I said, "It's nothing, it's just glass. I don't care what you say, I can't be sued, I'm not liable." True lawyer. I didn't let on that, you got a 160 gallon tank here, and I don't weigh 1,600 pounds. You know?
Yeah, so probably...
Yeah, we ain't going through.
Yeah.
But
is that just the glass tank?
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a really nice tank. Really pretty fish because, well, people phone me up and they say, "Yeah, I want to give Eddie a present." And they don't want to give him something cheap.
And these are, I guess he's got a salt water?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How does he get, for water changes, you need to get that much salt water ready?
You don't.
No?
Basically what I do is I drain the water out of the tank. We change 50 gallons a week.
Yeah.
Well, every 2 weeks. And so we drain the water out of the tank. And then I have 2 buckets. I put salt in one, I put water in it. mix it up, and then while I'm dumping that in,
So you dump it as you go?
I
you
dump it
mix
as
it
I
as
go.
you go?
Yeah. Well, you see, he's in the old bank building. He's on top of the vault. We can't run any hoses. We can't run nothing. So there's nowhere we can do a like a RO bucket. So you don't always have to have water made up. You can do it by making the water up as you go. I make a lot of stuff up as I go. Parenting. I'd never had any interest in kids before I got my own. I actually turned out to be a really good parent. Although he does say I irritate him.
I think all kids would say that.
Well, son, you irritate me too.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what you do is you take some silicone and you put it on all these little sharp corners. So that 10 years from now when you're running your finger along there, you don't take a chunk. And don't ever try to wash silicone off. It doesn't work.
So what do you do?
Wipe it off and then wait and then rub the fingers together. Just padding up the edge for you because...
So how long did you say to let it cure?
We always tell people 7 days.
Wow.
How long do I wait? Usually an hour and a half. I'm an impatient individual. But you see, if you fill it up in an hour and a half at least, I'll blame it on you. That actually happened once.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I get a phone call from an old man, and he loved his fish. He was a big pacu. And he wanted a fish tank that was 6 feet by 4 feet by 3 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So I quoted him a price of, I think, about $6,500 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, okay. He had already been quoted a price by another company for $6,500. He gave her half the money. 4 months later, she still hadn't given him a tank. And I says, well, yeah, I know her. She's a very beautiful woman, but she doesn't know anything about fish. So I put the tank in. We had to get it built. Up at Miracles, the man who cuts glass better than any person I've ever met is Nathan.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan had a car accident.
Mm.
He broke both of his legs badly. He's got pins in them. So he couldn't work for the next while. So they had to order the glass pre-cut. That took about a month. That guy called me every day. You're not just stealing my money. If you're going to steal my money, just let me know. And I said, no. We're making you the tank. Nathan broke both of his legs. If you want, you can go up to the glass place and they'll tell you, yes, Carl's getting the tank and everything's fine, no problem. But I was really glad when they got the glass in because, you know, you don't like having the guy feeling bad because he already got ripped off once.
Mm.
But we put the tank in. I told him, let it dry for 1 week. I'm going to Florida because I have to collect critters and creatures, whatever. So I'm gone for 10 days. I come back. About 2 weeks later, I get a phone call. It's him. He's crying. My fish, he's gonna die. And I say, what happened? The fish tank, it broke. And I said, my fish tank broke? No, not yours, Christina's. I says, what? Apparently, he had sent the papers in for small claims, and she had got scared, so she decided to give him the tank. He didn't like the brace across the top, because we had a glass brace from the one to the thing. He didn't like that. He wanted a wide open tank. But you have to have it when you got a 6 foot long piece of glass. Well, she said, I can make you a tank without that brace. So she did. She told him, you got to wait 2 weeks before you can put water in it. He says, well, Carl didn't make me wait 2